Hi everybody, I'm Robin Retallick of the Law of Attraction Club, and this is the summary for this week of the subject that'll be our longer discussion on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, and you're welcome to come to that longer session and bring your questions. We'd be very pleased to answer them. So here we go, summary for this week. Can a healer heal you? If you or someone close to you is very ill, and you have exhausted your options in the medical profession, is there an alternative? Is there a healer out there who can work miracles for you? Do some people have a special gift and the power to change others? If you are in this situation, this is obviously a big question. Before we dive into a longer answer, the short answer is if you can find someone or some process that feels right to you, go for it without reservation. Seize any chance to choose optimism, and you will reverse the flow and healing must follow. You see, it was those reservations and doubts and worries and fears that got you into this situation in the first place. That negative focus took you out of alignment with who you are, and there is no medical procedure or miracle worker that can buck that current. So choose whatever course feels best, be it with it the medical profession, or some alternative, or even doing nothing. And start to imagine once again what life will be like in a healthy body. The path ahead for you is to get yourself more and more to a feel-good place. Nothing is more important. There will be, of course, those who say you shouldn't be telling sick people that it's entirely their own fault. Well, even though that is the literal truth of it, we would agree with that. In fact, if it is not you who is ill but someone close to you, then it is not your job to tell them anything. As we progress here, you will see that in a very real sense, it has nothing to do with them. You alone are the creator of your world and everything in it. Whether they get better or not is not up to them. In your world, it's up to you, but we'll get to that. If it is you that is ill, our intent here is very much to have you understand the nature of your world and your physicality. When you know truly who you are, you will begin to see the power that you have to change anything, including things that you've already created. From this place, you can most easily step into a world of all possibilities. We will be encouraging you forward, not backwards to the thoughts that got you here, but forward to where you want to be. Then there are those who say, you mustn't give false hope. Well, you either believe in the law of attraction or you don't. If you don't, then that is an understandable and reasonable position. If you do, then we would say once again, we are not talking about that other person. We are talking to you. It is your hope that is the important first step. Hope is the doorway to belief. Belief, the doorway to expectation. And expectation, the doorway to manifestation. If you begin to understand who you are and the power you have, then hope can begin your journey to a new world. Then you might ask, how is it possible to choose optimism when I'm faced with the reality of this physical condition and the failure of all treatments to fix it? We understand that when you have been practicing lifetime beliefs about your physicality, it can be hard to move to optimism in the face of what seems like mounting evidence of your mortality. But this is the important question. And to answer it, we'll move into our longer story. Let's look at what healers are. Is someone or something out there capable of healing you? This one has had an evolving series of answers to this question. Let's begin back when he saw himself living in one world, a world solid and continuous, a world shared with every other living being. From a one-world context, his first answer back then was a possible yes. These people seem to exist. Then he began to understand the law of attraction, and through us he knew that nobody can assert something into another's experience. So he then understood if you were sick, it is your beliefs that are the important factor. You will always attract into your experience that which you choose to believe about yourself and your world. All dis-ease is the result of negative creative thought, and all cures are achieved by changing that flow of thought. Whether you get healed or not is always completely an inside job. To the extent that you believe in the process, it will work. To the extent that there is doubt, there is no doctor or healer on or off the planet that can heal you. So what then is the role of the healer? This one thought it has to be some sort of catalyst, an aid to the process. Well, if you view your surroundings as one world, that's about as good an answer as you'll get. Then that begs the question, are the healers powerless in this exercise? No, of course not. By law of attraction, they have the same control over their world as you have over yours. Well, then what determines their success rate has to be an inside job for them. So how can the healer and the patient both be calling the shots? The truth is you cannot find a good answer to this until you can step back from a one-world view and start to recognize the degree to which all your worlds are unique. You are not a tiny speck in a huge world. You are the creator of everything you experience. It goes like this. As you choose new beliefs, you step into new versions of you. Those new versions of you cause a matching world to wrap itself around you. You intersect with the versions of people and things you attract. What looks like a shared world is actually a collage of those intersections. But it is your world, unique to you. From an infinity of possibilities, let's look at two. You go to a healer and you have chosen, A, to be highly confident of the outcome. You will be healed. Alternatively, B, if you are choosing something as a last resort, perhaps, and you are not confident, then you'll get what you expect. These are two different versions of reality. Both exist. But by the nature of your consciousness, you are only aware of the one you chose to inhabit. What about the healer? It is the same. If you are the healer and you are confident, you will be successful and you will intersect in version A. If not, you will intersect in version B. You see, it is not action that creates, it is belief. Of course, you are action-oriented creatures in a physical world, and doing things can help you believe, choose to believe, that a certain outcome will result. So we are fully in support of you doing stuff, but only when it feels good. Once you are lined up with where you want to go, doing is easy. It feels like inspired action. It's like flowing with the current. You all have a chosen story. It is the particular way you are choosing to participate in this game of life on Earth. If being a doctor or a healer is the game you have chosen, and you are enjoying that role, then we say play on. It can be a magnificent game. And if there are aspects of that game that are not to your liking, then we say choose to change those aspects. Expect something different. Or if another game looks like more fun, then go play that one. Just recognize that you are the one who's making the decisions here. If it is you who is unwell, pick the course of action that feels best, be it medical or otherwise, and get behind it. Forget all previously observed facts. Choose what you want to believe now, because we promise you that those facts are from the world you used to live in. Now you have new choices. If it is not you but someone who is close to you that is unwell, you do not have to persuade them of anything. In your world, you are the healer. Do you want to step into version A or version B of your world? It's not up to them, it's up to you. More generally, if your world has within it anything that you do not want, the answer is always the same. If the planet is in trouble, if disease and famine are endemic, if war continues and corrupt governments prevail, and you wish to bring about change, you do not have to gather all those who agree with you into World Conference or days of focus and prayer. If that's fun to do, of course, then imagine it into beingness and go for it. But if it feels like struggle, you are pushing against things you do not want, and your cause is lost before you start. It's not about those others you see. It's about the version of your world you are choosing to step into. First, be clear about what you want to include. Then, imagine that version and step into it. You are not a tiny speck in a huge world. You are the creator of everything you experience. Choose a new belief and you will step into a new version of you. That new version comes with its own context, a collage of intersections with the matching worlds of others. This is your new world, unique to you. Okay, so there we are, chapter 18. And as I said, once again, we invite you to join us next Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll be sending out invitations and sharing it with all those that we've been in touch with. And you're welcome to come. Just come to the Law of Attraction Club, and you can follow the links that will be on this video here, and come join us. Let's have some fun. Let's get these questions answered. So, thanks. Bye for now.